Alright, boys. 20 July, 10:45 a.m. The mighty Deus 2 again. Now, there's people that buys this machine, and what you're going to see in this video, you can't do with the WS6. You see it laying there. Okay, big ID. Big ID you can do with this remote. What about the ground balance button? Using the ground balance button on this machine in the wall could give you some information. Okay? What that ground balance does, that button, when you hit it, it takes out the notch. So you get what you call a no-notch ID. For example, you could have a target. You could have a, let's say you have a target reading 80. You're running like you're running one of those 40 kilohertz based multi-frequency programs. Let's say you got an 80 in the meter. You're running your notch up to 78 or whatever, and 80 pops in the window. Well, that's not generally a high conductive coin, is it? You could hit that ground balance button. Wonder if you've seen a low conductor ID on sweeps. Maybe low tone to go with it, depending on how you've got your tone set up on the machine. Okay, so watch this, okay? Because this is not exactly what this video is about. I have that little non-ferrous lower conductor there. It ID's about like a nickel. It is notched out of this machine, okay? You see the notch in the machine there? 23 to 71. Fast program. We don't hear anything, do we? Now, we do get to see the horseshoe. Trend right. It's all we get to see. We don't get any audio whatsoever. Okay. Let me turn this camera off briefly. Alright, camera back off. So we sweep this, we don't get any audio. We don't get any ID. Alright. So now I'm going to mash the ground balance button. Now I've got big ID selected. Watch what happens. Oh, I've got big ID. Okay. Now let me turn this camera off, and I'm going to deselect big ID. Okay, camera back on. I have deselected big ID by holding these two right keys simultaneously. So now we've got the standard small ID in the machine, okay? The notch is still in the machine. We don't get any indication other than we see the horseshoe trending to the right on sweeps. Mash the ground balance button. So we get the ID, but look where it's at right there. See that little bitty job right there? Small. See it? Unlike with big ID selected. Now, you can't hit that button, the ground balance button, and then select big ID, I don't think. Okay? You have to be in that configuration right there. And hold these two keys down. It's not going to let me, I can't hold them down together. I see I mashed the top one first, and then the frequency scan is happening. Hold this camera. See if I can do this. Alright, big ID selected again, okay? Again, we don't get any indication. Mash the ground balance button. Look at that big ID, okay? Now, people that have this machine already may know this, but people buying this machine may not know it. As far as the ground balance button use on this machine. It could help you expose some targets whose ID is compromised to a degree, okay? One push of a button, if there's a lower conductor down there and you're running a 40 kilohertz, like a fast, sensitive, sensitive FT, it'll hit that low conductor. It'll let you know it's there. Giving you, the user of the day, is too a decision to make. Do I believe that ID, that 80, for example, or 82, or 85? Oh, you might get a zinc a penny ID on a damn silver coin. How about that? With that ground balance button out. You see that 84, oh, that's a damn zinc, or 85, that's a zinc, and I'm walking. You push the ground balance button, and the next thing you know, you're like, wait a minute, I hear some low tone. Oh, wait a minute, the ID's dropped. Wait just a minute. Now, you can still pivot on a target and sweep it. That may or may not expose the higher conductor ID value-wise for what it really is down there, but that's not a guarantee. It all depends, boys, and there could be multiple lower conductive maskers. So pivoting on the target, resweeping may not expose that higher conductor ID-wise for what it really is. All right, that's going to conclude the video. Have a nice day.